And welcome back everybody to another episode of All the Mods 10. I'm your host, Undisturbed Potato, and today we are going to finish up the last two items from occultism, and then I will go over a small little setup that I am planning on using to craft these compressed blocks. I don't know if it's better to use the little crafters from RF tools or if I should just tell the system to craft these guys up. I don't know. So right now I do have the dirt one running. I do already have a few of these guys highly compressed, so I do know that that little setup will work. It just takes a while. So as we are testing the speeds, I'll let you guys know the two things that you can do to get that set up, but in the meantime, let's get these last two done. So in regards to that, this episode may be very short just because this is going to be very easy to craft. If we take a look at this one, this is the stable wormhole. To make this, we need a wormhole frame, some ender pearls, some nether quartz. I couldn't believe I forgot that. We need this book, which is pretty easy. I like just putting occultism up over here. It just makes it a little bit easier, a little faster to get this done. And then, yeah, this is done with a little bit of gold and some other stone. If you guys forgot, this is just some andesite that has been thrown into the spirit fire. But yeah, just like that, this should be done relatively quickly. So we do this. I think we only need, what, 18? Toss, or the gold's up here, so we can do this. Boom. Just like that, we have 18 of those. Let's get some ender pearls. Boom. Grab that out. And then some quartz, which we are going to need a little bit of. I did go a little excessive there, but who cares? And then we already set this up last episode because there was something that I did need to make. Oh yeah, it was that little gem for the soul gem. So yeah, with that, I believe I just need to put that down, and just like that, we are basically done with this setup. If you guys are curious which little thing we do need, it is this Ezevious Spectral Compulsion. So yeah, now that it's set up, all I gotta do is put down these hoppers, just because it will allow me to get this done a little faster. And looks like I messed that up, so if I do this, this should be a-okay again, hopefully. But yeah, over here we could put the wormholes. Here I'll put the ender pearls, I'll put a stack of quartz there, and the other one over here, and just like that. This just needs us to put the book, and it should work properly. If I'm not wrong, it should be this blue one, so if we come over here, let's grab... I swear I always run out of dye, so let's grab a few of those, toss that back in, boom, and this should... Okay, it goes up to 18, or 16, cool. So let's put all this up here right quick, just make a little bit of room, just so that we can get all of this in our inventory. Boom, boom, just because when you do bind it, it does not stack. And then we'll go over here and do this. Boom. Perfect. Boom. Just like that. You got 18 of these wormholes ready for this guy. So yeah, let's toss these guys back up. And that is one thing down. Now the last thing to do is to get this dragon familiar. And if we look at the recipe, as you can see, we need some more quartz blocks, some obsidian. Ooh, okay, some coal. I thought it was gonna be that orange stuff. I was like, damn, okay. Gunpowder, some flint, gold, lava, and then the purple book. And then we could basically do the same thing as we did here by setting up these guys right on top of this. And alright, guys, I am back after setting everything up. So, we did have to do a different ritual. So this one is, let me come back over here and click on this. As you can see, this is Higgins enthrallment. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is the setup. As before, if you click on show multi-block and you right click on the floor, you will be able to anchor the projections so that you can easily come over and trace all of these. And then it also tells you how to set all this up. So just like that, this should be everything. I did already configure these guys to their respective blocks, as you can see. And the little solution for not having enough room with the hoppers is just throwing a barrel on top, just to keep feeding the hoppers said item. So, if I am correct, ooh, and we speed this guy up, oh, this is different. Ah, we need the horse sacrifice. Yes. So if I do this, and then if I do that, oh, we got him. I will attempt to spawn in one more of these guys. So if we do that, open this, spawn in this guy, slay it. Oh, I didn't. Huh? I didn't mean to do that. Was it both? Looks like we just, took out our dragon and the crusher dude. That was not intentional. As you can see, I am clearly surprised, but looks like we can resurrect this guy. Huh. So if we want to do that, we gotta set this up. What does this do? So how do we make that? Ah, so it's not too hard, but my main question is still, how do we get these eggs? So let's speed this up. And we got this new guy. Alright, new guy. Seems like you won't let me swab you, which makes me interested. Because how are we supposed to turn you into an egg? Let's see. Dragon familiar? I mean, let's just straight up spawning him, and if we come over here and click on this, it doesn't really tell us how we could get an egg. Huh. Alright guys, so, I do not know how to get these dragon eggs at all. Just because if you did watch Chosen, he did utilize the swabs to make some eggs. However, as you can see, no matter how many times I try shift clicking and whatnot, and if I do hit them, just nothing. So I think they might have removed that way of getting eggs, but at the same time, I do not see any other possible way of getting these eggs. It might be an issue with the version I am currently playing, just because I am on version 4.2. I am not on the most current, so this might have been changed and added back, but as of this moment, it is not. So, sorry buddy, but we will be taking you out, and what I am going to do is just delete these soul shards, and I'll just delete basically everything that is required to make these eggs, just because I do not know how to get them, and I will spawn them in. But yeah, we kind of went over how we did all that, but the method that I did want to show you guys that I am currently using to make these highly compressed blocks is by utilizing some crafting tables or these crafters from RF Tools. If you take a quick look over here, I do have this one with a couple of the recipes from double all the way to 6 times compressed, and in this one I only have the 1 time compressed, just so that this guy can run continuously, and then all the stuff that gets imported into the system will get exported over here so that it can keep compressing. And if we take a quick look over here, I do have the 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, and 5 time compressed dirt blocks being exported into this guy. So that's just how I do it. I do have one crafting the 1 time, and then this one crafting the rest. I did have all of them together, however it was not crafting the others. So if you are using this and you're trying to figure out why, it's probably because the system is crafting the dirt insanely quickly, is keeping this completely full, and this probably got backlogged, so it really can't do anything. But yeah, this is what I am going to be setting up to craft all of these guys. I think for these two I am just gonna auto craft it in the system, just because it might be a little faster. But other than that, for the rest of them, I'm going to have a little setup like that done so it can do it quickly. But let's do this real quick. So if we do that, press R on this, click on this, bring it down, and just keep repeating this over and over and over. And just like that, if we toss this in here, and let's type emerald, we do need a 4 times compressed. Let's say we need 18. As you can see, it looks like I do need a lot more emerald for this, but in the meantime, let's do at least one, start it, and if you take a quick look over here, it can craft it super quickly. So it's up to you guys whether you want to do a little setup like that to automatically craft everything, and or if you rather use the system to craft it. But yeah, just like that. I know it wasn't probably the best way of showing you how to get the dragon eggs, so I guess I will update my mod pack all the way to the current to see if anything does change. But basically, we have covered how we could get the dragon egg, or dragon, spawned in, how we could get the stable wormhole, and a little tiny setup that you can use to autocraft these guys, and or just putting the stuff into the system directly and having it craft there, just because at this point in the game it does craft that stuff super fast. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Regarding tomorrow's episode, we'll see, or we'll probably dive into roots, just because I believe this is one of the last items that I might need, besides going into what's it called, extreme reactors. So yeah, next episode we'll dive into roots to get that staff, and then the next episode after that we will get into extreme reactors and get that insane night block so that we can keep progressing with the star. So I know it's a little bit of a mess regarding everything that happened in this episode, and I apologize for that. Didn't realize some of this stuff might have been taken out while they were reworking some stuff. So yeah, that guys, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to go ahead and do that. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, advice, or anything of the sort, make sure to leave that down in the comments. I will try to get to that as soon as I can. And if I do not get to it in the comments, then make sure to watch the next episode, just because I probably would address it there depending on how big the response could be. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace.